Good morning. I already have my headset on. See, I have a slew of meetings today. It's lovely 28. I know, I'm being facetious. It is sunny, however, and I have my cup of coffee, and I have several meetings where I'm just a listening participant. So I'm going to try and organize some of my papers, maybe get some bases ready for cards, play around with some of these stamps maybe. We'll see how much participation I can do, or how much I can distract myself, or how much I have to pay attention. So, yeah, 3-hour track of meetings. I think there's three or four meetings. A lot of meetings. So I'll catch up with you guys probably this afternoon. Finally out of my last meeting, went to see the girls, got 4 eggs. Let's say that's a nice thing. Thank you, girlies. And look, more stuff's melting little by little. Yeah. Spring, we're ready. So I have an interesting story to tell you that occurred this afternoon. I had meetings between noon and like 3:30, and then at 3:30 I ran outside to check the girls. I had 4 more eggs, so a total of 5 eggs today, which is fabulous. I love when they deliver all that they're, a full supply, or the expected supply each day or on the day. And I marked that in my file effects using that little makeup stamp, the little makeup palette stamp. It's so funny, from Plan Women from Sweet Stamp Shop. And I thought I'd stop and check my personal emails, because there's some things that I'm responsible for each day, twice a day, for a side job that I have. So I was doing that, and which I still consider my daytime, my work time. It was away from my office desk. And I didn't see the person walk up, but all of a sudden the doorbell rings, which is unusual because I don't have just drop-by visitors. All appointments are, scheduled in advance, and my family doesn't just stop by because my parents are still in Florida and my sister and her husband both work. So it's not like someone's going to be stopping by. Well, I looked out the window because I was by the front door, and it's not anyone I recognized. And there was no car in the driveway, which makes me even more suspicious. So I ignored it. I just continued working. If there was no one home, they would turn around and leave, right? And if there's something important, they would have left a note. It wasn't a delivery person. It wasn't FedEx, UPS. It wasn't the post office. None of that. So I ignore it. Maybe 2 minutes, a minute or two goes by, and the doorbell rings again. And within seconds, someone's pounding on the door. Not just knocking, but like pounding. And I'm thinking, what the what? I thought, oh my gosh, maybe it's one of my neighbors. Something's wrong. I go to the front door and I open it, and you're just staring at my paper that I want to go through. I have to make a list of what I need at Walgreens. There's a couple of things I need to replenish from in the kitchen. Sorry, on the side. So I open the door, and someone I don't recognize. They have a badge, or one of those laminated things on a lanyard around their neck, clipboard, and on the clipboard there's some advertising that says power, and he just starts talking, and I said, do you realize how rude it is to ring the doorbell not once but twice and then pound on my door? I said, I work from home, so you're interrupting my business day, my work day. He's like, oh, I didn't hear the doorbell. I didn't think you heard me. I'm like, if no one comes to the door after you ring it once, that means they're either not able to answer the door because they're in the middle of something, or there's no one home. So it was just very weird. But that's not the weirdest part, because we get periodically solicitors, and I'm absolutely making a sign for my front door, no solicitation whatsoever, including Girl Scout cookies. No, with the exception of Girl Scout cookies. So if you're not selling cookies, or you're the Publishers Clearinghouse showing up with a check for me, I really don't want you to come here, because I did not request you to come here. So 20 minutes, half hour goes by. I finish working, I log off of work, I come into the living room and it's garbage night. It's Thursday night, so I'm gathering garbage. I pick up the dog cushion that's on the floor right there, and I go outside to shake it out. Because I wash it often enough, but, we have 3 dogs and a cat, and, there's been snow. Stuff kind of filters onto the floor. I mean, I can only get rid of so much. So I'm shaking it out, and I see one police car go by and then another one. Now, we have constables. I know, our town is so huge, but in a way, it's kind of cool that we do live in a small town, because the second one had his window open, saw me, and said hi, and I'm like, hi. And he goes, did anybody come by recently? I said, yeah, ringing my doorbell and pounding and trying to sell me some shit. Sorry. He goes, yeah. He said, can you describe him? And I told him what the man looked like. I said, young, not very tall, dark hair, clipboard lanyard with a laminated sign that anybody can make these days. And the clipboard had advertising with the word power in large letters on it. He goes, I said, and I explained to him that this week, this is the 3rd visit we have similar to this week. He said, was there a car? I said, no, he was on foot. So what typically happens is these companies are trying to get you, I think this one was to switch your electric power primary delivery company. There's this weird, I don't know if every state has this, but in the state of Connecticut, recently it was the way the power company works, the electricity, it was unbundled. We only had one option before. Now there's multiple options of who delivers the power. So all these people are trying to vie for our business, and some of them are kind of scammy because the prices alter drastically, like 40-50% from the initial premium rates to suddenly a month or 2 or 3 down the road, there's a spike in the cost. So you get this teaser rate initially, and then you suddenly get clobbered with their full rate. So we're not switching. I don't care how many times they could try to come to my door or call or mail those ridiculous things that I throw in the recycler immediately. So, I had the chat with a cop, and then I came in and I thought about the fact that I don't have any no soliciting signs on the front door, which I'm absolutely going to make, because I don't need this, especially if I'm in the middle of something. Had I been on a conference call when this occurred and the doorbell was ringing, not once but twice, and then somebody was pounding on my front door, that would have irritated me even more, because it's just very intrusive. And if it's not an appointment that I made and I'm expecting someone, it's, even more annoying. So I thought I'd share that story with you. And I called Paulie, and I told him the story. I told him what happened. And he's in a completely different location today. He's in downtown Hartford delivering, which he hasn't been to downtown Hartford in, I don't even know, like over a decade delivering. He typically delivers in a residential area in Glastonbury. So it's really unusual for him. When I talked to him this morning, it was almost noon. He said, hey, guess how many stops I've done? I'm like, I don't know how many. I'm like, in Hartford, it would probably be more condensed because it's a downtown area. He goes, 13. I'm like, 13 stops by almost noon? That's unheard of. Like, he's usually, 50, 60 stops by then. So he might be out really late tonight. Good thing we have leftovers. So I'm going to go through the paper, write down what I need to get from Walgreens. I know I need a couple more sponges, and I like those, the ones that are, I think they're by 3M, but they're come in a 3-pack, 2-pack, or a 3-pack. But they look like they're craft color, and I really like those. And the one that I have right now is definitely on its last leg. If I could toss it today, and if I had a new one, I would absolutely do that, but I don't. And I like picking them up when they're on sale, and there's a coupon, so it's kind of a tall order. I just have to get organized and see if I can get that bundled together. So I'm gonna do that, and then throw the rest of the papers in the recycler. It's only garbage tonight, not recycling, but that means I have to go through the refrigerator And I think we are definitely doing leftovers tonight, so probably a salad and leftovers. We've been kind of eating simply the last, few days, only because, neither one of us has really wanted a big meal at night anyway. So there, I've caught you up on what's been going on. I felt kind of bad that I just didn't really get a chance to vlog very much today because of work obligations. And there was a clip from last night's vlog that I wasn't able to use because for some unknown reason, I attempted to upload it, I don't even know, at least a dozen times, and it would only get so far and then it would just pause. It's not like it was stuck because it looked like something was processing, and periodically YouTube kind of does these weird things that you just can't quite figure out. So I don't know what's going on, but yeah, you missed out on there was just an end clip of tying things up and showing all our... Polly stopped on the way home from work at the grocery store, and picked up 3 bags, the last 3 bags of Cara oranges, and we had some for dinner last night. So yeah, we feel remiss when we don't have fruit in the house, and we almost always have fruit. And we're down to the last 3 tangerines, so he stopped by and picked up some oranges. So I'm gonna go through this and then see how much I get accomplished. I'm going through our pantry items, and I got rid of all of the open cereals that were kind of not so fresh anymore. Washed all the containers, and now anything that's open that's in a Ziploc bag, that could be contained in a storage container instead, I'm transferring that. Like we had not 1 but 3 separate bags of egg noodles that somehow got opened at the same time. I'm sure not on the same day, but I'm sure, when Polly puts stuff away, he puts things not where they are meant, like not in their permanent homes. So we went ahead and opened the next bag, and probably the same thing happened again. So I just combined everything. So that's what I'm doing this afternoon or this evening, because oh my gosh, it's after 6 already. So I'm going to turn on some music and get stuff done and check in with you guys probably in a little bit. Well, it'll be split second to you, but it'll be a little bit for me, hopefully. Polly just came home from work and he stopped at the grocery store because we were running low on oranges, so he picked up some 3 bags of Caras. We already ate a few. They come 5 to a bag, so yeah. And for those of you who have never seen that, these are Sunkist SK from Sunkist Cara, the Power Orange. This is what it looks like inside. You would swear, I know it's not coming quite out as pinky. Let me bite into one of the segments to show you what it looks like inside. It's like a cross between pink and orange. Sometimes it has hints of like the sweetest part of a grapefruit, but unfortunately, because of the meds that Polly's on and some of the supplements that I'm taking, grapefruits are kind of off of our list of approved fruits. So I'm gonna load up the baskets of the oranges. Oh my gosh, my fingers are all dirty. And then pop the bananas on top. And then he also picked up a couple of cabbages because they were on super duper sale. Let me show you how much it was. This cabbage was 38 cents. And this one was 56 cents. So I'm thinking one of these I'm going to leave to cook with. And the other one I might attempt making, I know this is not the Napa head of cabbage, but I think I'm going to try kimchi. I think I have everything else that I would need, like the chili and all that other stuff. Hey Chester, you looking for oranges? No? You looking for oranges, honey? I don't know what he's looking for. Go to bed then. Go. Off. Go to bed. So I'm going to put this away, and that's going to be it for us for tonight. We just had sandwiches for dinner. We were going to just have oranges, but then Polly said, would you like a sandwich? So yeah, we had sandwiches and oranges. So not too bad a way to end off the evening. And so that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you so much for stopping by and keeping us company. And I have lots of things to do tomorrow. I did wash all of the cereal containers, so I'm going to reorganize that cabinet. So I've at least gotten that part down. And then the all the stuff that I was bringing to my parents' condo, because they're coming back in 3 weeks, I'm just gonna put in a bag and run that over there and just leave it on the counter for them for when they come home, because they're taking a train up with their car from Florida. So that saves them some of the drive. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget about thumbs up. It's free for you and it helps me out. And it's a good deed for the day. See you tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everyone.